back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, we're going to do something a little different, something I only do a couple times a year. And today, I'm going to review an everyday watch, a dive watch. Thank you so much to Spinnaker Watches for sponsoring this video. Spinnaker, a company I'm going to be honest, barely heard of. You know, they shot me an email, they sent me a press release, they said, this is our new dive watch, our new dive watch line. Would you like to review it? So, I looked at the specs and they looked pretty interesting. So I figured, why the hell not? So I got in a couple of watches today to review. So of course, thank you to Spinnaker for sponsoring this video. But also guys, just because it's a sponsored video doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you both the good and the bad. So let's get right into it. Spinnaker is a brand there actually isn't that much information about. I believe they're based out of Hong Kong. But today I'm reviewing two of their divers named the Tesei. These are named after a gentleman named Federico Talks, which was the Italian naval officer who invented the human torpedo. Not a very successful weapon in World War II, but, for example, Panerai also famous for the maiale dials, so this takes it off of that. So, we got two watches today. The first one is the Tesei in bronze, and this is their first Swiss-assembled watch. Not Swiss-made, but Swiss-assembled. What exactly that means, I'm not sure. However, I was pleasantly surprised. It's a 43mm watch made in bronze with what seems to be an aluminum ceramic bezel. I'm not 100% sure what the material is, but 43mm, bronze, sapphire crystal, and screw-down crown, 300 meters water resistance, and a Sellita SW200. So I'm looking down here at the specs. It also uses Super Luminova. I actually quite like this. Here's the thing, guys. The retail price is $850. They do go on sale sometimes. And for that price point, during the bronze craze, because bronze is so popular today, there aren't that many watches in this price point new. And once you consider the Luminova, 300 meters water resistance, the Swiss Sellita movement, the helium escape valve, I think it's a pretty decent deal. Now, what do I personally think? Well, I wore it, and it was very, very comfortable. I wore it for 4 days. I love the wave dial. I think it's very interesting, maybe a little reminiscent of Omega. The strap is very, very supple. The bronze has a lot of personality. The bezel action is great. I think overall, the quality is definitely there. But it is not perfect. There are a couple of things that I thought could have improved. First of all, this one was pretty heavily patinaed when it arrived to me. I'm going to show a picture right up here. Once again, bronze does patina, but I would like to put the patina on it. So however Spinnaker is storing these watches, perhaps I recommend a more hermetically sealed environment. And then a second thing I actually did not love was the fact that these have a see-through caseback. Now, traditionally, dive watches have a closed caseback. They offer better, durability. But here they show off the Sellita SW200 base movement. And the truth is, even though it's a very well-made movement, this has barely any decoration at all. It just has a custom Spinnaker logo. My point is, it's a pretty ugly thing to look at. So why not make a tougher watch and close the caseback off? Because honestly, even though it is Swiss, and they are proud of it because it is their first Swiss assembled watch with a Swiss movement, I don't think there's anything particularly nice to look at here. So I would have closed the case back as well. Now, apart from that, I will say I put this on the time grapher, and it was regulated immaculately, plus 2 seconds a day, which for the base version of the movement is pretty great. I'm not sure if Spinnaker regulated it themselves or if I got lucky, but regardless, I thought that was a really nice touch. So yeah, $850 for that one. Personally, I think the price is not too high, but it's not exactly a home run buy it now deal either. However, it is a very well-made watch for the money, and I think it's super interesting. If you're looking for maybe a Black Bay bronze, but can't quite cough up the $3,500 for, a used one, check out this Spinnaker Tesei. I think it's a really cool piece. Now we have the entry-level version of the watch, and this is the Tesei in titanium. And actually, I like this one more. Titanium case, 200 meter water resistance as opposed to 300 meters. It only weighs 80 grams, which is very, very light, and it comes in this very cool Cordura strap. Now, the bezel action feels very, very similar. The dial, doesn't have that wave pattern, but it's more tool watchy. Screw down crown, but this one, and this is the disappointing part of this watch, is powered by a Miyota movement. Now, guys, I, once again, have no problem with Miyota movements, especially at this price point. This one is on sale currently for about $350 on their website. And this is the hacking and hand-winding Miyota, but once again, they put it on display, and if you thought the Sellita SW200 was ugly, this thing is hideous. The truth is, it's a very well-made movement, it's very accurate, it's very durable, but it's just ugly. In fact, here I can still see some of the tooling marks on the movement. No doubt not Spinnaker's fault, but really not a great idea to put this on display, in my humble opinion. This, it resonates with me more. I love the hue of the titanium. I think it matches the blue bezel particularly well. I love the Cordura strap. It's very, very light. And once again, for a Miyota, it is regulated. Or I don't know if it's regulated, but at least it's running about 4 seconds a day. Once again, I don't know if Spinnaker actually regulated it themselves. However, it is something that I did get out of the box. So I'm pretty darn happy with that. So guys, these are everyday divers. You know what I mean? This one is $850, is a little bit more expensive. This one is $350 on sale right now. And I think these arguably can rival any Orient, Seiko, or Hamilton. I think the case construction is there. The movements, they seem to have taken very decent care of the timekeeping. There's a nice touch. I quite like them. Personally, I don't know much about the brand. I know they make lower-end watches. I checked out their website. A lot of their watches don't resonate with me, but these are particularly nice, though please take note, they are not perfect. Guys, please go to spinnakerwatches.com. I put a link in the description below. If you want to learn more about these watches, if you want to see some high resolution pictures, you can find all the information right there. And if you are considering a $350 to $800 watch, you want something that you can wear every day, a dive watch, these, you could do a lot worse than picking these up. I think they've got a lot of personality, even though they lack a little bit of that brand history. Guys, that's my take on these Spinnaker Tesei dive watches. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let Spinnaker know, because I'm sure they're going to be reading the comments as well. Spinnaker, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I really do appreciate it, and I actually think down the line I'm going to be giving these away on the channel. I'm going to keep the titanium one for myself, though. I think that's a really cool beater watch. But as far as the bronze, I think it's very interesting. It's just not my thing. So one of you lucky guys will probably get a chance to put this on your wrist at some point. Guys, thank you so much, and take care.